Alright, we're back. I am at the National Archives. After leaving the Ranger compound with Reilly's Rangers, I went and did the whole buy, sell, repair, trade routine to get some more ammo and what have you. And got here, there was like one random super mutant out front. Looks like we got a couple more randoms here off the side, patrolling. Actually, down that alleyway between those buildings out back, and then like all the way down to the Capitol building, it's like a war zone between the Talon Company mercs and the super mutants. I don't know exactly who hired the mercs. I kind of had a sneaky suspicion that maybe the Brotherhood had sort of a underhanded contract, like a shady arrangement. Like, we're not friends, but you know, if we supply you with a little bit of our tech, then you take care of some of these mutants for us and take some of the strain off of us. And wonder if they might not have an arrangement like that. Who knows? Anyway, whatever the case, they're fighting all the way down in the Capitol building. And so here I'm going to try to steal the Declaration of Independence, whatever else I can find. We are looking for Sydney, the girl that was sent ahead of us, apparently months ago, and never reported back. And we're going to see why. She's kind of dug in here. She can't really come out because she's being besieged by super mutants on this side, which we'll see here in a minute. And then she really can't go down in the basement by herself because, well, not only is she as fragile as a communion wafer, but honestly, I wouldn't want to go down there by myself anyway. It's pretty nasty down there. It's kind of a death trap, which we'll also see that shortly. I'm going to lay a few surprises because I know we're about to get ambushed here. I've been down this road a couple times in my Fallout career. At least some of these. I don't think anything really happens until we go in there and either get way off into this room or actually go talk to her. All right, so we'll go do that in a minute. But like I said, I'll leave a little ambush of my own there with some bottle cap mines. Those have pretty good punch. And off in this computer over here, there's actually a history quiz, and I believe all this is actually historical fact. Now, a couple of these answers I got completely off of luck, and I honestly can't believe I actually did this. I didn't go look it up either. I honestly didn't. And no, I didn't friggin' retry this and re-record it 50 times either till I got it right. I actually just got it, believe it or not. And some of it was memory, you know, having done this before, but a couple of them were luck. But anyway, it's kind of cool they throw this in there. It's something that's actually, you know, kind of real, or at least I think it is. I don't believe any of this is fictional. I think all this is historical fact. And anyway, if you get all these right, then you get a little voucher and you can turn it in for flavored mentats. And these are apparently things that they would pass out to children back then because, well, I guess that's what society does, and poisoning the children. And no wonder they pushed all the buttons and launched all the nukes. Everyone was cracked out on Jet and Psycho and Mentats. All of our leaders were like, oh yeah? And just started pushing buttons. You know, I got more bombs than you got. And just let them fly. Oh, man. Yeah, what the wonders of what drugs will do, right? So anyway, so I'll go ahead and get my flavored Mentats here. And we'll deal with this mutant problem that Sydney's having. Then we'll go give her a talking to, and we'll head down in the basement and see what we can't find. Sydney is the little Moonbeam that's mentioned on the holotape we found in the hotel. That's why I did Reilly's Rangers quest first, was because I was really looking for that holotape. And we'll talk to Sydney, and we actually get access to her gun. And we'll even find that we can get access to multiple copies of her gun if we want it. Don't really care. I'll probably just grab a couple just to show you what I'm talking about. It's a conversation loop, and actually when she gives you her gun, her actual gun stays on her hip, so it's like she's got backup copies to it. And she even says that her father taught her everything about ammunition and guns and how guns work. And so, you know, I mean, I guess she could make backup copies of her own weapon or something. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, whether it's a glitch or not, I don't know. But you can get as many copies of her gun as you want, really. They don't sell for a whole lot, a couple hundred caps. But if you like 10mm SMGs, it's the one to have. It's got more rounds in the clip. I don't know if it has a higher fire rate or anything, but or if it's any more accurate. I know it degrades a little slower, has a little bit higher damage. But I like 10mm submachine guns, I really do. If I could put a silencer on one, that's what I'd be running around with. I'd never probably even bothered with the infiltrator. No, I'm lying. I'd probably have an infiltrator too and just switch back and forth. But a silenced SMG has always been my weapon of choice. Going back to Call of Duty games and what have you. So, oops. Oh wow. Huh? How about those ninja-like reflexes right there? You see that? See that? Okay, just a little heads up, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that are enjoying this series, then maybe you'll go, oh man, that sucks. And then for those of you that can't wait for it to be over, then you can jump up and down and clap your hands and stuff. And but this isn't going to be the last one, but probably the next video or two is going to be the last one. I'm going to have to end this pretty soon because I'm having serious freezing problems, and it's honestly, call me lazy or whatever, but it's getting tedious spending 6-7 hours sometimes just to get 30 or 45 minutes of gaming footage for you guys, because I'm having to replay some areas 4, 5, 6, 7 times because the game's freezing, locking up, stuttering. I'll lose frame rate for such a long period where it'll slow down to like 1 frame every 2 or 3 seconds for a while, and then it'll either lock up completely or sometimes it'll come back. But I mean, it's bad. It's game breaking. You know, I'm not gonna upload that kind of crap. So anyway, sometimes it's taking a really long time just to get you know, an episode of this. And good thing is we got all the bobbleheads. I mean, I don't know if there is such a thing as a thorough run of Fallout 3, because I mean, there's just so much to do. We could, I mean, any of y'all who have a favorite quest that I missed, anybody could say, oh, well, you didn't do this or didn't do that. Well, I'm sorry. But I tried to do some stuff, and we did a complete playthrough. I mean, well, pretty thorough as far as that goes. There's other DLC we could go to, true enough, but I wouldn't even try going off to, you know, like Operation Anchorage or whatever that DLC where you go and they have all the hillbillies and stuff. I wouldn't even try to go that with the freezing problems I'm having. And what it is my save file is really, really big right now. Probably because we've done a lot early. And some of this stuff I would normally have done way before I'm doing it now. And I guess the game's just not really prepared to handle the save file size. Whatever, but it's giving me the blues. And, you know, if we still had a long ways to go, I'd just have to struggle through it. But since we're pretty much right at the end, we don't have a lot of loose ends untied and stuff. I'd like to go kind of report into the Brotherhood and go ahead and go take our water purifier and end this thing, and, you know, for Mom and Dad, freedom, you know, and all that. I'd like to do that. Oh, well, we know what that sound is. Friggin' tri-beam. You can hear a tri-beam from a mile away, and that means an overlord. And yeah, I wasn't looking forward to any of those guys. Not cool at all. But hey, we're dealing with the mutant ambush now instead of getting Sydney involved, so at least this is one less opportunity she has to get herself killed. She is really, really weak. Really, really fragile. She's really cool. In fact, if she was available as a follower, she'd probably be my favorite follower. Don't tell Clover I said that. But honestly, I really like her, but she can't take 2 hits. Maybe it's just the difficulty or whatever, or else she doesn't scale. Maybe she's still stuck at like level 5, you know? Look at this dude. Stop shooting my friggin' dog. Try to shoot that rifle out of his hand. Bitch. I said, stop shooting my dog. Alright. Is that the last of them? Yeah, all those guys would have flooded into that room as soon as we started talking to Sydney or whatever. But, alright, well, cool. Now we can just go talk to her and go straight down. But, anyway, alright, so just a heads up. What's next? You know, I've been sitting here thinking about it. I was thinking about Mass Effect, although, unless I do 2 complete playthroughs of Mass Effect off to the side, or, well, one, I've heard you can get the, one of the difficulties out of the way if you redo the last fight in Mass Effect. If you do the last fight on Mass Effect and then at the end you replay the last fight on the next difficulty up, like go back in and then change the setting up, because if it's an option, and then if you beat him on the last, then you can bump it to insane. But I still have to go do a complete playthrough. I just don't have a save file that my current PS3 or my current hard drive on my PS3, whatever, will accept. And it's on there. I've got it on cloud. It just won't accept it. It was apparently done on an old console, or it seems like I think it's. I think this is the same console, but I remember I traded out the hard drive. I upgraded the hard drive to a 1 terabyte, 7,200 RPM. This actually runs pretty nice. Surprised I'm having the freezing problems here. Actually, I guess it's the Fallout has just gotten to the point where it says your save file is just too big. I wish they had compensated for that before they came out with all the extra DLC, which added amazing content to the game, but it's like stuffing too much into a box, and the seams kind of bust. That seems like what they did with Fallout 3, kinda, in a way. New Vegas was the same way. You know, you get all that extra content, you get all that extra stuff, and it's all great ideas, but if the cache can't handle it, you're just going to freeze all the time. And New Vegas is the same way. You get the file size about this same place, and you start freezing every from 5 minutes to every 30 minutes to an hour sometimes. You may play for a few hours here and there without a problem. If you're lucky, maybe it depends on which area you're at in the game. But if you're in some places where there's a lot of stuff going on, or it's just glitchy, then yeah, you're liable to run into a lot of drama. So anyway, all right. So that's a heads up. We could have continued this just, you know, for whatever. You know, there's like I say, lots of stuff to do, but I can't put 5, 6, 7 hours into a 30-minute video, and it's just, yeah, it's getting annoying. All right, now you can actually go down to the basement, or at least another basement of this place, and I think a few super mutants have a little base down there, or whatever you want to call it. There's probably a little ammo dump and some stuff, maybe a few mini nukes or something, some special stuff. We're gonna have to get through some masters and overlords probably to get to it, but that's about all that's down there. Just fine. Nothing I really need right now, so I'm probably not gonna make a push for that. Or they may just come up to us. Okay, well that's fine. All right, so there's some more vouchers. More vouchers for flavored Mentats. All right, maybe we'll pick those up on the way out or something. Hello? No more get time to die. What? Sneak attacks are a bitch. If they just don't know you're there at all, that shit counts. It really does. Alright, I don't think there's any more backup. I think that's all the super mutants that might try to come to the party when I talk to Sydney. Alright, and pick up whatever mines I can salvage. Bottle cap mines are kind of valuable. Alright, here she is. She's pretty cool.
Whew. Say, you're pretty decent in a firefight. Well, with what I do for a living, you need to be. Sorry, I'm being a complete asshole. I'm Sydney. It's good to meet a fellow relic hunter. Come on. You and I both know this is where the Declaration of Independence is stashed. No need to be coy about it. Good old Abraham Washington sent you on the same suicide mission he sent me on. Only problem is, you're not going to get it without my help. Like I said, Abraham Washington, that's who. He's got plenty of caps and all kinds of valuables for trade. The guy lives over in Rivet City, runs some sort of museum there. He buys all sorts of junk like this. Bring the Declaration back with me, and we split the reward right down the middle. How's that grab ya? Smart move. Okay, the Declaration is secured in the Archive's strong room underground. There's a concealed cargo lift right here in the center of the rotunda. I've spent a few days hacking the lock with my remote terminal. When you're ready, punch in the password, let's get going. Ha! I'm surprised that you care. Usually everyone looks out for themselves nowadays. What is it you want to know? Yeah, it is nice. I don't even sleep without it under my pillow. My father made gun ammunition for a living. Taught me everything about how firearms work. So I've spent my downtime tinkering with guns like my 10mm Ultra SMG here. It's like a hobby, I guess. I don't know. I grew up like pretty much every other girl in this crappy world. Spent most of my life just trying to keep away from slavers. One day out in the wastes, I stumbled across some poor bastard's body. On the body, I found info leading to some famous document. I had heard that Abraham Washington was looking for these scraps of paper. So I went after the thing. Turned out to be the Constitution. After he loaded me up with caps, I got pissed drunk, got laid, and was happy for the first time in a while. I haven't looked back since. Sorry, there's some things I still want to keep to myself. Maybe when I get to trust you better. Okay? Nope, I'm fine. Stay focused, and we may just get through this.
May just get through this. Like I say, she's really fragile. Fragile as a communion wafer. But we'll try to keep her alive. That's actually harder than the quest itself, I think. In fact, it makes the quest harder. Not killing her yourself, because she's going to just run all up on every enemy you face and go toe-to-toe with them point blank. She's got this friggin' high-powered SMG in her hand, and she gets in melee range, and she just gets up in there against robots with Gatling lasers. Yeah, she can go down really, really fast. All right, so assuming you can keep her alive, then we'll tell her about her dad. Actually, asking her about it. You don't get the option until the quest is over to actually talk to her about it. Right, making sure she's at full health.
The will of the people is the only legitimate foundation of any government, and to protect its free expression should be our first objective. As your leader, Button Gwinnett, distinguished representative of Georgia, I promise you I have not yet begun to fight.
All these patriotic speeches coming over the intercom. When we find out who's actually talking here, honestly, it's one of those cool moments in the game. Once you experience it, you just can't forget it. I'm not even gonna spoil it. We'll see when we get there. But first, we got to get through a bunch of these guys. I'm assuming just about every robot's going to be one of these. You come here at like level 5 or something, it's going to be all like Protectrons and stuff. But now, it's nothing but sentry bots, maybe a gutsy or two.
Men, we can't let the enemy's progress dissuade us from our task. We must defend our freedom and our
Alright, nothing from the left? Okay. Apparently, he's glitched in the door, I guess? Well, he's fighting us through the door, so I guess it's only fair that we fight him through the door. Okay, enough of that. Okay, well that's one less gutsy to deal with, actually. And you know what? I can repair this. That's one thing coming here much earlier in the game. You probably won't have the skills to do some of this stuff. You're going to want your lockpick skill, at least 75, I think, would be ideal. And that was a science perk. Science and medicine and things like that do have their opportunities to use here and there. Alright, and that'll shut off all the turrets, at least in this section. That's good.
Help me! Keep firing.
Yeah, see? She's gonna get up in its face. I'm serious. Well, she's not scared. Yeah, you want some of this? Alright.
We'll get him.
What's the matter, huh? Can't stand the sight of your own blood?
Oh, that's not cool. Get up in there, dog meat. Keep him busy. Dog meat chasing his ass down the hallway. Not trying to hear it. I see you, boy. I know that robot's a bitch to you. I know. That's right. Good boy. You got him. Did it all by yourself. That's right. Always got to reassure your dog. Let him know that he's tough. All right. I kind of wonder why they have such a thing with cash registers in this place. I mean, are they making a statement with the fixation on money in general, the capitalist pig system that we have going on here in the States? Some people would say, room just full of cash registers. This isn't the only one, too. There's another room or two just like this. As far as I'm concerned, it's just an excuse to get some extra bobby pins. I'll take that. And if you ask, well, if you're almost done with the game, why are you still looting stuff? I don't know. I can't help it. Because I have to. It's just, well, don't judge me. It's necessary. All right. Looting is mandatory. And yeah, I know. I'm going to pick up every energy weapon I see, keeping in mind, yeah, see, there's more cash registers, like a lot of cash registers. So, keeping in mind that I could potentially trade it in for ammo. I don't know, if I ever decide to pick something, pick this character up again later and do something or whatever. I mean, at least I'll have it. As far as I know, if you upload a save file from this game to cloud, you can download it onto any console, any PS3. Yeah, it's strange. I found that. I actually went and looked it up because I noticed I was having a problem. I had the save file, downloaded it, and I was like at the end of my, oh geez, at least my, whatever the difficulty right under Insanity in Mass Effect 1 is, the second to the hardest difficulty. You have to like go through that. You have to go through one on like Veteran and then one on, what is it, Hardcore, and then one on Insanity. Let me go and make sure she's healed up. She's probably hurt.
It's only a scratch. I'll be fine.
Yeah, so you say.
Thanks. I'll use it right
That means you're
away.
going to die the next time the wind blows. That's what that means.
What's up?
Right, she's good. Okay. But, yeah, anyway, tried to download it, and the game wouldn't even recognize it. I mean, it just, as if it didn't exist, and apparently, as far as it was concerned, it didn't, so. That'd have been a shame, because I could have just done that, finished the last fight, and then started right on Insanity, and I kind of want to do that. A playthrough of all 3 games.
We cannot allow the enemy to penetrate our defenses any deeper. Old glory must not be stained.
But, although Mass Effect is worth doing the series, like I did with Dragon Age, you know? And essentially did with, I'm not going to say did with Fallout, because, you know, of course, obviously I didn't do Fallout 1 or 2 or any of the other variations they had on it, but, 1 through 3 is worth doing. I don't know. Although I think Mass Effect 1 is pretty far back in the books. Other than hardcore Mass Effect fans, probably wouldn't find a lot of people maybe that would have an interest in it still. A lot of people look at the graphics, and I love it. I love the art style. I love the feel. I love the whole tone of the game. Just like I would an Elder Scrolls game, just like I would Oblivion, just like I would Origins, Dragon Age Origins, just like I would Fallout 3. Mass Effect just had that same type of thing. It's just that magical thing they had going on that just sewed the whole thing together and made it stick. And it was art, poetry, just friggin' amazing. And 2 and 3 weren't any work. They were just different. 2 and 3 were just a little different. Each one, they changed enough stuff to make them fresh, but still the same. You felt like you're playing Mass Effect. At no point during any of those 3 games did I feel like I was playing another version of that game or whatever. I felt there was a continuity. There was a lot of, it was just, solid all the way through. I really enjoyed it. Anyway, maybe I just do a playthrough. I was thinking just for funds, maybe Mass Effect 3, with no guns. Melee only. Mass Effect 3. Do that on Insanity. There's a Vanguard build. And I'd actually done one before, but it was such poor quality, and a lot of it was I was just still learning how to make, edit and stuff, and I didn't have a lot to work with. Don't have a lot now, but much less then. Literally a camera and the YouTube editor, that was about it, type of thing, and was trying to splice stuff in, and where the audio was bad or there were mistakes made, try to cover it up with maybe some music here and then. I think the end product was more annoying than anything. Well, hell, it was annoying for me. So anyway, I've actually essentially deleted that whole series. And it was, the shame was, it was, 60, 70, 80 videos long. I don't remember. It was a lot. But, oh, God, man. Months of work, But it was a learning experience, You gotta pay your dues, I guess. And I was thinking about redoing it now that I have decent capture stuff. But I was also thinking there is a hint, a possibility that they may do a release of the trilogy next gen with a few tweaks on it maybe. And if that's the case, I would like to do a Let's Play of the trilogy straight from the PS4 with any upgrades they do. And I think that would be fresh, and I think it would be fun. I think it would be cool. And I would hate to do the series and then do it again. That is a lot of work. It's, you know, if you're going to be even half-assed thorough on those games, that's, you know, decent amount of playtime. They're maybe not quite as big open world wise as an Elder Scroll or Fallout game or something like that, but they're just as detailed. They're just as, you know, invested as far as, you know, time goes and stuff like that. You can easily spend 40, 50, 60 hours in a playthrough if you want to. So, anyway, that was a thought. I had one or two of you to ask about Oblivion, and oh, here we go, one of our documents. Oh, there we go. Very cool. I'm trying to remember where all these rooms are at. Essentially, it's a couple lock rooms, and then you get to the last main room, and we get to meet one of my favorite characters in the game. He's just a character. It's awesome. What's his name? Gwyneth Button. I think he's named after a historical character that I've never personally ever heard of in a history book, but apparently he's named after somebody. We'll find that in a second. Anyway, okay, so I had a request or two for Oblivion, but honestly, in Oblivion, as far as following a story and you know, playing through the game, I don't think I ever just played through the game. I think I went in there and did stuff. I mean, I would be on a mission. Okay, wait, I'm gonna shut up for a second. This guy.
You've breached our defenses, evaded our best soldiers, and you've raided my home. But I have not yet begun to fight. I cannot allow you to steal our freedom. The Declaration must remain here. It is our symbol of hope. The one thing that cries out, we are a free nation. Why, I am Button Gwynedd, second signer of the Declaration of Independence and distinguished representative from Georgia. I know your fighting prowess far exceeds my own, but I will still duel you to the death if I must. What will it be then? Rapiers? Pistols at dawn? Out with it! This is no mere document, madam. This is the doctrine laid down by my fellow members of the Second Continental Congress. It absolves us of the tyranny of King George III of Great Britain. It is, perhaps, the greatest symbol of this free nation. Petty lies and deceit may be the way of Great Britain's crown, but I will not succumb to such tomfoolery. Since it appears you wish to resolve this without bloodshed, may I suggest you stand down and surrender? I can promise that you will be treated well, in a manner accustomed to any member of the Royal Army.
Awesome, man.
Please explain, but I warn you, I am well versed on the tactics of the underhanded Redcoat spy. You do well to remember that. Saints alive! It is both an honor and a privilege, sir. I was hoping this day would arrive. I hope these fortifications are up to your high standards, sir. All of my men await your command to push and retake the capital. May I ask where you intend to bring the document?
Our new president, Abraham Washington.
Our new president? So the stars and stripes truly are forever. All hail the red, white, and blue. Does this mean the war is over? Have we won? It's over? Amen to that. Then I suppose my posting here at the fort is complete. I think you said it best when you said, we in America do not have government by the majority. We have government by the majority who participate. It has been both an honor and a privilege to serve in the Army of the United States. What are your final orders?
This robot in the wig, man. How can you hate him, man? He's awesome.
Coming from you, that means It's been an honor and a privilege to serve my country. It's time for me to take a long-needed rest. I think you'll find that the rest of my men are long due for the same. I hereby relinquish command and control of this fortification to you. Good luck to you, Mr. Jefferson, and give Sally my regards.
And then he puts himself on shutdown, man. Button Gwyneth, man. Robot in a powdered wig. Come on, man. That's just epic. I think if you kill him, you get his wig. I'm not going to kill the robot to get his wig. Maybe there's another way to get his wig. But I think if you... Well, or maybe it's a certain speech option, but it makes it appear in one... I don't know. Maybe it's actually here. Let's look. No. Plenty of ammo, though. No, I'm not seeing it. Okay. That's fine. There is a way to get his wig. I don't know. Maybe... I don't think it's a wearable headpiece. I think it's just a souvenir. Now, if you could run around the wasteland in a powdered wig, I mean, you might just have to do that just because you can, you know? I would think that'd be pretty mandatory, but anyway. Cool character, man. Now, see, in Fallout 3, you have Button Gwyneth, and in New Vegas, you had Fisto. What has this world come to? What has this country come to? You see what I'm saying? But anyway, all right. So we took care of him peacefully, man. I love that robot. Grab another skill book here. Very cool. Yeah, we'd have had a shootout with him and his turrets. He's not a big deal. His turrets, different matter. But much rather let him have his long-deserved rest after hundreds of years of loyalty. Okay, so apparently these robots were put in place here to reenact some signing of the Declaration of Independence for, you know, like a tourist attraction type thing or something. Somebody's great idea, but if you look in each one of these computers, there was a different character of the, you know, the people involved with the signing of the Declaration or whatever. Like actors. Why they would pick robots, I don't know. I guess they could do it on schedule or something. Don't ask me. I don't know. It'd be funny if you could reactivate... What if you could reactivate one of these robots and have a patriotic Protectron running around with you as a follower? Come on, man. You know, speaking out things like, you know, just patriotic stuff. Anyway, whatever. Kind of like Liberty Prime, miniature version of Liberty Prime. How about a miniature Liberty Prime running around? Talking bad about everybody's a communist and just blow them up. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, man. I'd rather be dead than red. You know, just badass. Oh, man. I guess it's sad when some of your favorite characters in a game are actually robots. But, whatever. Liberty Prime, Button Gwyneth. Man, just... Oh, man, you just go on and on and on. I don't think there isn't anything in this game that the first time, and even times after that, when I saw it, I was just amazed. I'm like, who not only thought of this, but put it in play to where it fits, and it's just so part of this world here. Like, eventually nothing surprises you. It's just awesome, you know? Anyway, beautiful like that. All right, so anyway, back to Oblivion. I want to give you guys what you want, obviously, to watch. I mean, you're here to watch what you want to see, I mean, obviously. But the same token, I can tell you the truth. If when I play, a lot of time is spent in the dialogue, because to me, one of the most amazing things is the two most amazing things in Oblivion. I can say two things. One is like the Ayleid ruins and just the exploring in general, going into place, because each place has its own feel. The music is probably half of it, at least, if not more than, you know, 50% of the joy of just exploring there and experiencing the areas they have for you to experience. Yeah, I've heard people say, well, they're just cut and paste maps and all the caves look the same. Well, I don't think so. Actually, I don't really see that. But even if that's the case, I don't really care, because it's the atmosphere, it's the environment. It's missing that forest for the little trees and details. Probably for those people who can't grasp the more aesthetic things like that. They just can't grasp it, and they're bitter about that, and so they complain about it. That's probably the case. It's because when you have something beautiful like that and somebody is incapable of appreciating it because they're missing it, they just don't have the capacity to get it, then they complain about it and they're bitter because they're missing that. A lot of why people, you know, make fun of other people that are religious because they can't grasp it themselves. They can't find that peace for themselves, so they're bitter about it, and so they want to destroy those who do have it because they can't have it themselves. And if there's some truth to that, well, there you go. There's a lesson. Yeah, it applies to games here too.
It's only
some of the things I
trash.
hear people complain about in a video game makes me
Thanks.
honestly want to punch them in the
Use it right
face
away.
because it's bullshit. It's like,
up?
wow, no, what you're saying here isn't the case.
Let's head for
This
Rivet
game
City.
actually is beautiful.
It's a
These
bit of a
places
hike,
are actually
but I wanna
amazing.
get
You
back
just
there
don't
so I
get
can
it,
start
you know?
spending my caps.
I-
Don't worry.
I don't know.
I know exactly where it is. We should make it in one piece. Come on. Less gawking and more walking.
Yeah. And that's not knocking anyone who doesn't like Oblivion. I mean, there's some games you're just not going to like. There's some games that people have said were amazing that I didn't really care for, you know. But I'll be the first to admit I don't get it. I don't get the appeal. And whatever the appeal is there, I don't knock anybody for finding the magic in it. Like some maybe of the Final Fantasies and stuff that I can't relate to. I don't know, but the passion that I see people have for it, I respect that. I say, wow, I don't see it. Of course, maybe if I looked, maybe I would. Maybe I'd actually go check it out, but I'm not going to knock someone who's really loving and passionate about something, a particular style of game or stuff. Gaming is kind of my life, you know, and so people who are really off into that and that's their whole thing and they love that, I'll, instead of saying that's bad just because I don't get it, I'll just say I don't get it. I don't see it, you know. I mean, I really just don't. So anyway, just leave it at that. But with Oblivion, they just had some things. Anyway, it was the locations and the people, the dialogue with a lot of the NPCs. Because you could get so much of an NPC's character in just the way they would say hello, and the way they were dressed, and the way they'd walk, and the face they would make. I mean, it was amazing. So much personality and life in that game. It was just such a living, breathing world and stuff. Forget the graphics and forget the little, you know, technical issues. The game, the overall, the forest. Forget the trees. The forest was just a beautiful picture. Love that game. But honestly, if I were to watch myself play it, it would just be boring. I enjoy playing it, but I wouldn't want to watch myself playing it, honestly. And I would hate to do you guys like that. And I certainly wouldn't want to start a series that, you know, 10 videos in, I'm, you know, 4 or 5 people are viewing it because it's kind of obvious. Well, you know, not a lot of people are really digging that. You know, I know a lot of you guys are kind and you don't want to hurt my feelings, but some stuff is just, you know. In fact, one or two of you all have on the dialogue videos where it's just character dialogue, where if I don't put it in there, y'all yell at me, so I do, and then it's yawn. You know what I'm saying? Okay, stuff like that. Now, if you had a whole series of that, yeah, sorry, I'm not gonna put you guys through that. I may do a video on that leveling though, which might inspire some of you guys who have already played it 1,000 times to maybe get back into it. Maybe there's 1 or 2 things I can pass along that you guys weren't aware of. I'm not gonna say I know anything that you guys don't, but it's possible I may have something to share on that regard, and I'm strongly thinking about that, doing a leveling character build video.
Have you brought me? Oh my, I never expected anyone to find this. I didn't even know it was still intact. Well, certainly a reward is in order for your efforts. How about 100 caps?
Oh, I can see how much it means to you, friggin' miser.
Oh, very well. If you reconsider, you know where to find me.
Wow, well, a lot of historical significance
Here
there.
I am. Although there were several copies made of the document, I certainly never expected to come across one intact. What do you say to 75 caps for it?
What? Whatever, man.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, for posterity, not for you. Friggin' shyster.
Oh, my lord, I never I'm utterly shocked. You two have earned your places in the annals of American history.
Yeah, save your speeches,
yes,
dude.
Indeed. You will be remembered for this great day. I will award Sydney's promised bounty to her personally. No need to worry yourself about that. Enjoy your reward, my friend. You've earned it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. He may regard, but he doesn't regard any of the people working for him. I'll tell you that much.
What's up?
Or value them whatsoever.
You know, I think I've had my fill of wasteland roaming and picking through ruined buildings for a while. I'm just gonna kick back and spend my caps. But thanks for asking. Huh. I'm surprised that you care. Usually everyone looks out for themselves nowadays. What is it you want to know? Yeah, it is nice. My father... Okay.
All right, so I'm going to try to go through this conversation loop with this.
I thought he was the best. My mom was long gone, so all we had was each other. He used to call me his little Moonbeam. How sappy is that? But when I was 14, he vanished and left me all alone. Never even said goodbye. I cried for a week. Do I have to tell you what it's like for a young woman alone in the wasteland at that age? I don't know where he went, and I don't care. I just hope he got what he deserved, the son of a bitch. What? Oh my God. That's his voice. It's really him. I can't believe you brought this to me. Oh, I don't know what to say, but thank you. Wait, here. Take my 10mm Ultra SMG. It's never let me down. Besides, I won't really need it anymore.
Good. I don't think you were fit up for that line of work anyway.
Well, now that we brought back the Declaration, I think I'll take my cut of the earnings and head out to get drunk. Look me up in the underworld if you ever need me. I usually hang there since ghouls don't hit on me all the time. Huh. What? Yeah.
All right. Loop through this and then get back into the thing about her dad. If you find the same dialogue option again, you can just repeat it. See right here? And then you can give her a holotape again and get another copy of her gun. You can do this over just forever, essentially. You could honestly do this 500 times and then slow walk to the armory here in Rivet City and go sell them all. You could do that. I mean, theoretically, if you wanted the caps or something. Wouldn't really care. But anyway, that's too much like a glitch or cheat, and it's something that's totally unnecessary anyway. By this point in the game, you really shouldn't be needing caps regardless. But anyway, like I say, you can get a few, and you can leave the dialogue, come back in with dialogue, and get another one if you feel like it. So you could go find her in Underworld if you ever needed another copy of her gun, and whatever. Now, this gun may be based on its base DPS, something that Clover or one of your followers might use. Well, not Fox. I don't think you're going to top his laser Gatling unless you give him the Vengeance. I don't think you can get him to equip anything, but the rest of them, actually, what is it? Is it Sharon, whatever his name? I think he could be a follower, and I think he uses a Chinese assault rifle. Kind of hard to top that DPS too, with a small gun.
Yes.
I mean, you could give him the Xuanlong, maybe, or something like that. I don't know. Anyway. All right, so maybe we'll discuss a little bit more about where we'll go next. But from here, I think we're going to go to the Brotherhood of Steel compound and go ahead and end this thing, you know? Go get the water purifier and do all that. But regardless, man, I really appreciate you guys watching. And as Sydney walks off into the distance to go live out her life. All right, you want to subscribe, click that button up top if you haven't already. And if you want to watch the rest of this Let's Play, you can click that image there in the middle, send you straight to the playlist. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.